Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So this is the second question for the topic which we have discussed previously, and that topic was actually finding out the confidence interval for a population proportion, right? This was the topic that we had seen previously, and now this is the second question for that topic. So my question says to me that for a class project, a political science student at a large university wants to estimate the percent of students that are registered voters. He surveys 500 students and finds that 300 are registered voters. Compute a 90% confidence interval for the true percent of students that are registered voters and interpret the confidence interval. Right. So this is the question that we have here, and I hope now by the time you are able to understand that yes, this is a question for finding out the confidence interval for a population proportion, right, that we had understood by now. And even you are able to understand that okay, if these are the values which are given, so what value actually belong to which thing, right? That let's say I would just start writing the solution here for this question, and before that I would just recommend you to just pause the video here and solve this question on your own, and then verify that the answer which you have done is correct or you had made some errors in that, right? Fine. So I have the value for x here, and that is given as 300. Okay, the value for x I am having here as 300, and basically the value for n I am having here as 500. So n is basically my total sample that I have, and x is basically the value for the successes, right? It is the value for the success, and n is basically my sample size that I have. So as we know that we have three things to find out for finding out the confidence interval, that are p dash, q dash, and EBP, that is error bound for proportions, right? These are the three values, the three things that we need to find out. So let's begin now with finding out the P dash for the very first, and I would just write here that P dash is equal to. So the formula for finding out the P dash is x divided by n, right? This is the formula that we had even seen in the previous videos. So that is the value for x I am having here as 300, and x is basically the value for the success, right? And the value for n I have 500. So if you are going to divide this thing, so I'm just going to get the value as 0.600. This is some value that I am going to get after division of both of these, right? So as soon as I have found out my P dash, right, now I am I'm just able to find out my Q dash very easily, because there is a very simple formula for finding out the Q dash, and that is equal to 1 minus of P dash, right? So 1 minus of 0.60, right? So from the here I can just get the answer as 0.40. Even if I add the 0, here also 0 is added, right? This is the value which I have just got here for Q dash. Now the next thing and the last thing which you need to do for this thing, and we just need to go on with the process, is that we need to find out the value for EBP, that is my error bound proportion. So for that I need to do a little bit more things. So I would just write here, since my confidence level is 0.90. Now, how could I just say this thing very accurately this year? So here I was mentioned in the question that compute a 95% confidence interval, right? So I had taken that thing only, nothing different, right? So if I am having the value for CL as 0.90, from this value I can just easily calculate for the value for alpha, right? So I would just put one comma here. Okay, just put one comma here, and I would just write alpha is equal to 1 minus of CL, right? So from here 1 minus of 0.90, and that will basically result me the answer as 0.10. So this is 0.10 is basically my value for alpha. And now even if I just want to find out alpha by 2, so that would be 0.10 divided by 2. So from here I'd be getting the answer as 0.05, right? Fine. So these are the values which I would be getting here as an answer, right? Now what to do here? Next, what I need to do here is that I need to find out the z, here z alpha by 2, and that is basically equal to z of 0.05, and that is basically 1.645. Okay, now that I have find it. So from here what I can just add on, what things I can just write here is that I can just write one thing from here, that area to the right of z of 0.05 is 0.0, sorry, just one second, is 0.05. Okay, this is the area to the right of this value. And if we want to find out the further left, and I would just write here, and area to the left of z of 0.05, it is basically 1 minus 0.05, and that will basically result me the answer as is 0.95. Okay, so for finding out the left side, what we just do, whatever the answer we had got for the right side, we just subtract that from the 1. So 1 minus 0.05, and that is basically resulting me as 0.95. Right? Fine. This is done. Now, next I need to find out the value for EBP. That is my error bound for proportions, right? I need to find out that thing. So I would just write on Z is here, and I would just write alpha by 2. Multiply. This is a multiplication sign. Firstly, I would be writing out the formula and just not put the values directly here. So that is P dash minus Q dash, and that is divided by N. Right? This is the formula that we had actually seen. So if I just try to put on the values into this formula, so that will be, okay, let me just go down and here put it. Fine. So that is 1.645. This is the value which I just got for z of alpha by 2, right? What I would just do, I would just put my multiplication sign, put the under root here. Value for P and Q, just quickly go above and let's see the value for P, and P is 0.60 and Q is 0.40. Fine. So it is 0.60. Okay, multiplied by 0.40, that is my value, just like this. And just let me quickly take the eraser and remove one bracket because I have put one extra here. Oh, fine. Okay, let me just quickly write the things one more time. So just one second here. Okay, so 0.60, and that is multiplication with the 0.40, like this, right? And divide it by n. So the value for n I am having here as 500. We had seen even this thing above, that n is basically my whole sample size, and that I am having as 500. So after finding out this simple calculation, you are gonna get as 0.036. This is the value that you are actually gonna get here. Fine. Now, what I need to find is that I need to find out the form for the confidence interval that we had actually seen. That was P dash minus EBP and P dash plus EBP, right? So I would just write here P dash minus EBP for the first, and that will be equal to, so P dash value is 0.60. We had seen this right now. And the value for EBP is 0.036, right? That will basically result in the subtraction as 0.564. Okay, 0.564 is the subtraction for both of these values. Now, if I just do the same thing for P dash plus EBP as well. So, P dash plus EBP, my error bound for proportion, 0.60 plus 0.036. Only just replace that subtraction sign from the addition one. And here I'll be adding 0.636 like this, right? Now, if I want to write the CI for the true binomial, for the true binomial, just let me come down. Just one second. The CI for the true binomial, and I will just write that population, the short form POP, like that. Okay, population proportion is, and I would just add on that form here, that is P dash minus EBP, comma, and that is P dash plus EBP. Okay, just let's go above and quickly check out the values that what we have for P dash plus EBP and P dash minus EBP. So 0.564 and 0.636. Fine. So I would just add on that values here. Let's say here. Right, put the bracket, 0.564, comma, 0.636. These are the values which I got here, right? So for the final statement, for the final estimation, what I can just add here is that I can add that we estimate, okay, we estimate with 90% confidence, 95% confidence. Let me come down a little bit more. We estimate with 90% confidence that the true percent of all students, DEN, and here dash TS, right? So we estimate with 90% confidence that the true percent of all students that that are registered that are registered that are registered voters is basically is between 56.4% and 63.6%. Now, by the time you have just understood that, how can I just say that 63.6% and 56.4%? So yes, I have even just taken it from that particular from this form itself. Let me just now go above and highlight out the main thing. So the value for P dash which we had finded was 0.600. 0.600, and value for Q dash was 0.400. We had find it out. Value for alpha by 2 was 0.05. Value for alpha was 0.10. Then value for Z of alpha by 2 was 1.645. Then basically we had find it out the value for EBP, and that was 0.036, right? Then find it out the form, that is P dash minus EBP and P dash plus EBP. So minus EBP was 0.564, right? And the plus EBP was 0.636. These two values. And then finding out the confidence interval, we had estimated this final result, which was 0.564, 0.636. And at last we wrote out the final estimate that we estimate with 90% confidence that the true percent of all students that are registered voters is between 56.4% and 63.6%, right? So now I hope that you have a very fair and a very clear idea that basically how to solve out the questions, which are basically if you are getting the confidence questions for finding out the confidence interval for population proportion. Right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.